Hi, People Ready team. This is Dana Best with National Accounts. I am here today to introduce you to our DKI Pro Supply Director, Ken Copeland. How are you today, Ken?
I'm doing well. How you doing, Dana?
Doing good.
Yeah,
Doing
yeah.
good.
So, like you said, I'm the director of business development for DKI ProSupply. I run the buying co-op that our members can participate in, and People Ready is one of our partners that we've had for many years.
Great. So, Ken, what I was hoping to do is just get a quick interview with you so that I can send it out to all of our branches and market managers um, to have you explain, who DKI is, what's the best way that we as a company can support your members, and also how can we sell and get our foot in the door with the members.
Very good. Yeah. So, just a little history on DKI. We started back in 1974. And basically, it was started as a peer group. Some guys get together, wanted to share best practices, work together on large projects, and help each other grow their business. The last thing you want to do when you get called in on a big project is have the TPA bring in somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. So a peer group was formed back in 1974. We've grown into a franchise organization with about 250 locations across the U.S. The thing that kind of makes DKI unusual and a little bit different is we don't do startups. So we're not a franchise, but we are kind of a franchise organization. So we don't do startups. Everybody that comes into our business has a minimum of 3 years experience in the restoration industry. So they come in, with experience. They come in with a brick and mortar building, so they nobody working out of their house or out of their truck. And then they also have a minimum annual revenue that they're required to have to become part of our network. So we bring together a lot of experience and just a great network of independent contractors.
Great. So, what kind of advice could you give our local teams that are out there, pounding the pavement, introducing themselves to any customer that, but more national accounts with the
Okay.
DKI?
So one thing to keep in mind, you're not always going to see the the DKI triangle. Okay,
Hmm.
so that's what identifies them as a DKI member company. You're not always going to see that in their branding because they were in business before becoming a DKI member company. They have their own original name, so
Hmm.
DKI may not always be part of the part of their brand, but they are listed as a DKI member company. We also have affiliate members who are just a different level of participation with our membership, and the affiliate members are to help us to manage our national account clients because we do have a growing book of national account clients that we give business to our members from. So advice. Develop relationships with them. I mean, they want to hear from you. Every member that I talk to, their biggest challenge is labor, whether it be temporary labor or full-time labor. The
Hmm.
biggest challenge every time I talk to anybody is labor. So go out, introduce yourself, develop relationships with them, and that's where it starts. I mean, they've got to know who they're working with and trust the people that they're working with. Every month we send out an updated list. So Dana and her team gets an updated list of the DCAM members. It's got phone numbers, email addresses, physical addresses. So basically, this is your contact information to reach out to these members, introduce yourself, say, "Hey, I'm with People Ready. We have a national account agreement with DKI, through the Pro Supply program. I'd like to talk to you about the benefits available to you." And just take it from there. Again, it's a relational business. If you really think about it, if you're a contractor, you need to depend on who you're working with, and depending on who you're working with starts with that relationship, starts with that intimate bond between vendor and client.
And teams in the field, just keep in mind that it is very easy to sign up a new DKI member with People Ready. All we need is the franchise packet, or DKI member packet is actually what it's called. So as soon as we get that back, then we can get an account set up typically the same day. And then you can start placing orders with your local contacts.
Yeah, and I think the technology that you guys have with JobStack, again, is going to prove to be valuable because our members are looking for ways to operate more efficiently. So if you
Mhm.
demonstrate those values to them, it's going to make the relationship grow that much faster.
Right, right.
And,
Well, we
and
are
one thing,
definitely moving in the direction of 100% job stack.
yeah,
So,
and one thing you want to keep in mind also is you don't want to wait till a CAT event to develop those relationships.
right.
I mean, you want to develop them on the local level because they're going to come across big jobs where they might need, 10 or 15 people. But
Mhm.
then when you get into a CAT event, you got somebody who travels, and they're going to need more, more people than that. So you want to develop a relationship on their day-to-day work, and then build into, when they travel for a storm.
Correct. Well, I mean, I think you've given us a lot to get started, and I appreciate your time. So I will make sure to get this out to the field. And if any other questions come up, then maybe we'll have a second interview and answer and ask those questions.
Yeah, sounds good. And we'll put my contact information at the end of this, so that way, if any of your team has any questions, they can reach out to me directly if they want to. And again, we are so happy to be partnered with People Ready. It's been part of our program for a long time, and we look forward to a long relationship with you guys.
Yes, well, we appreciate the partnership. Thank you, Ken.